I have just filmed an entire welcome to this week's vlog segment without turning the camera on. Clearly I am out of practice. Good morning, it is Monday. Welcome to a weekly vlog. I am back from holiday. I'm not going to go on too much about my holiday because I'm doing a separate video about that, although I didn't really film very much when I was away because I was just too relaxed and having a lovely time. But suffice to say, our holiday was so relaxing. We had perfect weather. We stayed in two different really nice places. We hired a car and we drove around a bit and we just generally relaxed. It was very, very nice, and 10 days of relaxation, good food, sunshine and enjoyment does a lot to feed your soul, doesn't it? I'm very lucky to have had such a nice time, so all good there. This week coming up is quite a busy one actually. I've spent the weekend mostly catching up on parcels, and I'm off to drop off parcels now. Second drop on, I did one drop on Saturday of all the orders when I was away, and I've just got the stragglers and what sold over the weekend. I'm just off to drop off now, and then got the dentist at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I've got actually I had quite a busy weekend catching up with emails and what have you, because usually it goes quite quiet for brand work with YouTube in July, August, but obviously we're only in June, but I've got quite a few different collabs coming up, which is nice for this time of year. But I'm quite excited about. I've got Marks & Spencer one coming up soon, another one with them, which I'm quite excited about. I've just ordered all the bits and pieces for that, so look out for that one coming up soon, because I've sort of done a themed video, sort of a capsule wardrobe type theme, if you will, although not quite a capsule wardrobe, but getting on in that direction. Anyway, what else have I got? Just arrived at Ashley's car park, so just let me turn off the engine. Wednesday night I'm going out with my best friend to catch up with her. We're going to have dinner. I don't know what went on there. My phone camera cut me off in the car. How rude. So I thought I'd better just finish off what I was saying there, and I've just watched it back to see how far it got. And I was talking about on Wednesday I'm going out with my best friend for dinner and a catch up because I've not seen her for a few weeks, and then she's going away on holiday shortly as well. So we're catching up on Wednesday, and then Friday we are away for a night up on Dartmoor with my mum, my brother and Amanda, and then my mum's coming to stay for a couple of nights. So yes, lots going on this week really, but looking forward to it. I did a Tesco click and collect order yesterday, so I'm all sorted for food, and I've got a menu plan for the week, so that's all good. Just need to get on with some eBay bits and pieces, and I've got quite a few of your emails to reply to today as well from the jewellery video, certain things you were interested in buying, so I need to sort through that and get back to some of you, so I need to do that as well. And I've got a whole list on my phone of bits and pieces that I need to do, so I best go and get on with stuff really, I guess. I have just drawn the winner for the last, it was a while ago actually, glossy box giveaway that I did. It is May's glossy box, which is here, ready to go off to the lucky winner, who is, let me just go in there, Caroline Nolan, who has been subscribed to me, this tells me, for 6 years. Goodness me, thank you so much, Caroline. It's a name I know actually from the comments, so congratulations on winning, and I look forward to getting your prize off in the post to you. So that is ready to go. That's one of the housekeeping-y things I need to do. There was something else as well, I can't think what it was. Let me have a think, see if I can remember. Right, let's go through my little empties basket, because that needs emptying out into the dustbin. So I don't think I've got absolutely loads in here. There's some perfumey bits. This was a bottle of the Gradual Tan body lotion. Last year I couldn't get the Garnier one for some reason, so I got this Nivea Firming Radiance one, and I had a little bit left over in it from last year, so I used that up. I'm now back on the Garnier one, which I much prefer, but this was just okay. I feel like this one smells a bit self-tanny. Yeah, maybe not self-tanny, but it doesn't have as nice a smell as the Garnier one. Works okay, but it's just not as pleasant to use. So that wouldn't be something that I'd repurchase unless I couldn't get the other one. We've got a Bubble Tea Black Cherry and Vanilla Body Scrub. That was blooming gorgeous. Bubble Tea, I think I've came across their stuff from Glossy Box. In fact, maybe this came from a Glossy Box. That is lovely. Yeah, really pleasant to use that. The scent was possibly better than the scrubby bits, but it was good nonetheless. This is the Wonder Kiss Essential Lip Scrub, which is meant to be, it's like a pencil-y thing that goes out. As you can see, I haven't used it all. It's got like granules in it, and you sort of use it. It's like a lip balm but with scrubby bits in, and I don't like it. I've tried it and I don't get on with it really. So yeah, that was a bit of a fail, that one. It leaves like a coating on your lip, which you then have to rub off to get rid of the scrubby bits. So it's just weird, just weird. This is the Lacura, so the Audi version of the Bath & Body one, the Bath & Body Works products. Is Winter Cookies hand cream. I had the matching soap to that as well. Wasn't the best. It was just okay, that one. I think they did 3 different fragrances, and this was not my favourite. There was one in a red packaging that was nicer than this, but it was just okay. Another little hand cream. This is a L'Occitane one of the shea butter ones, which is very, very nice. I always enjoy those. They're sort of handbag size hand creams. I always keep one in my handbag that size. Right, we're now on to, oh no, got one more makeup. This was, remember when I did that Shein makeup get ready with me with all their new, all new to me makeup? This was the bronzer that I chose. That's what it looks like, and then it has a what's supposed to be a highlighting stick at the other end, which is very, very gold, too gold for me, and this is very, very orange. It doesn't actually look so orange on my hand there, but it just, I've tried it a few times and it just doesn't blend out nicely, and just doesn't, it isn't a great product for me, this one. So that was a bit of a fail, that one. Let me grab a tissue to wipe that off my hand now. And then all the rest are perfumes. We've got a Penhaligon's one, which is the Favourite, that was called. Might have talked about this one actually. Yes, the Palmer Violets one. I quite liked it, but none of the Penhaligon's perfumes that I've tried have lasted on me at all, and considering how expensive they are, that is not okay. This is, what is this? What Are You? Next we have a Kayali perfume. This is the vanilla. Didn't like this one, as you can see. Very strong and not for me. It's Vanilla Orchid, Tonka Absolute, Brown Sugar, Amber Woods and Musk. Can't remember what it smelled like, but it must have been bad if I... Oh, no, that's not for me. There's something in that I really, really don't like, which was a shame, because I quite like most of her perfumes, the Kayali perfumes. Here is another one. This is the Pistachio Gelato. God, all I can smell is that hideous vanilla one. Must go wash my hands. This is the Pistachio Gelato, which is pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow and cotton candy. It's very sweet, but with a nutty edge, as you'd expect, and I really liked this one a lot. The last was just okay on me. It would last for 2 to 3 hours, I would say, quite well. So for an evening it would be okay. It wouldn't last all day, but I did like it. And then finally we have Maison. This is one of the replica perfumes from Maison Margiela, and this is Lazy Sunday Morning, and it was nice but very generic, just These perfumes are so hyped, the replica perfumes, and it says the fragrance description is soft skin and bed linen for this one, and it's just okay. It was just, for me, very generic, very ordinary, nothing special, nothing that stood out to me, but pleasant enough, but I wouldn't buy it. So that's my empties. Now I've got an exciting new thing I need to unbox, so let's go and have a look at that. Before I get started on the exciting new thing, I just must give this bag a shout out. I showed you this in a recent travel summer essentials video, I think it was, when I did the collab with the ladies of YouTube, the transatlantic housewives of YouTube. I showed you this bag and I talked about it, and this bag is so good that I've got to mention it again. I took it on holiday with me. I took it as hand luggage. Now when I go on holiday I like a big sort of bag to use as a beach bag, and then I also take a crossbody smallish evening bag. So I used this as hand luggage, and I had all my bits and pieces, my iPad, my Kindle and all of that stuff in here, and all the other bumps you take on the plane. And then I had my evening bag, because the strap clips on and off, just tucked in here as well, so I had a good old amount of stuff in it, and it was just perfect. Use it on my shoulder, it smushes up nice and small, so you can shove it in front of the seat in front of you on the plane, so you've got all your stuff, you don't have to put it up in the overhead locker, which is great. And we then, when we were on holiday, used it as a shopping bag as well, and my goodness, the amount of stuff you can get in here, it's really blimmin' strong. And we could get a big bottle of water, a bottle of wine, a couple of bits and pieces that we needed food wise, and just pop it on your shoulder, carry it back from the shop, and honestly it's so strong, it's so good. Comes in loads of colours. Also used it as a beach bag, it easily fits in all your beach paraphernalia and a couple of beach towels, no problem at all. It's got a separate zipped compartment inside like that, so you can put your phone, make sure your phone doesn't get sandy or whatever. It's just really good, and it comes in loads of colours, and it was less than a tenner, and yeah, very, very pleased with that indeed. So I just wanted to mention that again. I'll pop another link in the description box for it in case you are interested. Right, you have probably just had a sneak peek at this big box. Let me get myself out of the way. That is what we are going to open. Now don't laugh, because we haven't really had the weather for this so far, but I am still hoping. We are only midway through June and I might need it. This is from the lovely people at Costway. Now I've talked to you about Costway a couple of times before. I feel like Costway is not a well-known website in terms of the brand name, and yet it is so good. It has so much really good stuff at really good prices, and delivery is quick and efficient, and everything's a really good price, and everything I've had from them I've been really pleased with. I don't know if you remember, I got I'll pop a photo in here of my plants, my fake plants that I have on the balcony in the summer. Got those last year from Costway. Also got a pizza oven, which we had loads of fun with last year. Haven't had the weather for that yet this year, but I'm hoping that we will be having some outdoor meals on the balcony with the pizza oven. I got a really good ice maker from them last year again, that made ice in less than 10 minutes. What's not to like for those last minute sort of off the cuff parties and barbecues that we have when the sun comes out, because you know, when you get the good weather you have to grab it while you can. And then the most recent thing I got from Costway was my little narrow Christmas tree that was just perfect size for in front of the front door down in the porch. Do you remember last Christmas? I was so thrilled with it, with the built-in lights. Anyway, Costway contacted me again and they said, would I like one of their portable air conditioning machines? And I said, why yes, I would. My office is south and west facing, because it got windows on two sides, and obviously that, when the sun comes out, makes it very, very hot after about lunchtime. So when we first moved in, my office had a ceiling fan in it, but when we redecorated it, we took the ceiling fan out because we didn't like the look of it, and I have struggled somewhat with the heat in there ever since. So I thought that this would be the perfect thing for my office. So I'm going to unbox it and set it up and show you it. Hopefully, it's rather heavy, so hopefully I'll manage to get it in there. But let's get the box open to start with. I think that might be a job in itself. Oh my goodness, I am so impressed with this. I've had it on. It's sunny in here, as you can see. Please excuse the mess in my office. It's a work in progress. But as you can see, the sun is streaming in through the window, and I've had it on for about 10 minutes and it's really cooled the room down. It's quite noisy. Let me just turn it off before I speak to you any further. Bear with. So you can control it all from this control pad on the top, control panel even, or you've got a remote control. It comes with a remote control, so you've got either or. Does need to vent to outside, this particular model, but they've got loads of different models on the website, so I'm sure there's ones that don't need to vent to outside. Now it comes with a window venting kit, but in here my windows are up at the top. You see, I've only got 2 top windows and a door in here, so I didn't particularly want to have the tube going all the way up to the top. It does come with a window venting kit, but I have vented it through my cat flap. Yay, go me. What a hack that is. But yeah, as I say, I've had it on for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes and it's really cooled the room down massively. Very efficient. It stops when it gets full and then you have to drain it. I don't know how long that takes because obviously it's new and I've only just set it up. But overall, I'm quite impressed with it so far. Just what I need. Now we just need some really hot weather to try it out in. I think Cosplay have given me a discount code for their website, so I'll put all that down in the description box if you are interested in having a peruse of what they have. They always have some good seasonal stuff as well, you know, and lots of interesting householdy, furniture-y type bits. So do go and have a look, and thank you to Cosplay for sponsoring this part of today's video. Good morning, it's Tuesday. It's a beautiful sunny day today, so yay for that. Very happy to have some lovely sunshiny weather. We deserve it, don't we? Had such a nice night last night. I was just cooking dinner and I had a message from my friend on the quiz team. I usually go to a quiz every second Monday, and I had this message from my friend Kirsty, who's on the quiz team. And she said they've changed the quiz to every week, and there's 3 of us down here. There's usually about 8 of us in a team. But she said, oh, there's just the 3 of us down here. Do you want to come down and do the quiz? And I said, I'm just literally serving up dinner. And she said, oh, come afterwards. And I thought, do you know what? I actually will. Normally I'd go, oh, no, I can't. I plan to stay in now, and I really can't. But I actually went down there only for an hour or so and had a really nice evening. And we won the quiz. So yay for that. That was good. The 4 of us won the quiz, so that was excellent. Anyway, plans for today. It's an in the house day. I've got some work bits to do. I need to do some tidying and some general stuff, but first of all it's time for breakfast, and I thought I would show you this. I'm doing a TikTok recipe for my recipe of the week. Sort of a breakfast hash. It's sort of calorie controlled as well. So let me show you what I've done so far. Just let me turn that pan down a little bit. This is some leftover new potatoes from last night's dinner, which I have put a little bit of spray oil on, some paprika and some pepper, black pepper, and I've done them in the air fryer for 6 minutes. They've gone nice and crispy, and now I've got some spray oil in this pan, and I'm just about to add some chopped onions and mushrooms to this. But the deliberate error, I meant yellow peppers and mushrooms. Clearly I don't know what I'm talking about, it's too early in the morning. Right, I'm just getting those going a bit, and then I'm going to add in some of this, which is the Madison's smoked pork sausage, the reduced fat version, and I have chopped that in my vegetable chopper. I'm just going to add that in, and then I'm going to also chop some tomatoes and some, I'm just going to put a little bit of water in this as well so it doesn't catch. I'm going to chop up some spinach and tomatoes to add into that. Right, everything is in, and I'm just going to keep that moving around the pan. That is starting to smell delicious. You can add obviously like garlic granules or salt and pepper or whatever your jam is really, you know. A bit more smoked paprika, or I might put a little bit of my lime and black pepper seasoning into it actually, which is this one, lime pepper. Focus, thank you very much. I've just added the potatoes back in, and that is nearly cooked. This is going to give me 2 servings total recipe is just over 400 calories, so half of that is going to be 203 calories. Now I could serve this with a poached egg on the top, which is probably how I'd do it if I had a little bit more time available to wander around the kitchen today than I do, but I'm actually just going to serve that, half of that, for a 200 calorie breakfast, and that looks delicious and filling and yummy to me. And here we are. Delicious breakfast hash, one portion ready to eat, one portion ready to cool down and go in the fridge for later in the week. 200 calories a portion. I always get my flowers from the range because I feel like they're good value, and they're not really cheapy looking ones. They're not the best quality, but they're pretty good quality for what you pay for them. So yeah, that's my plan this morning. So off we go. Aldi is done, post office is done. Now we just need to go to the range, and while we're in the car, I thought we would do this week's. Today I want to talk about service levels. When I say service levels, I don't necessarily mean the quality of service, because most people I deal with are very pleasant, but I don't know if it's the same everywhere else in the world, but in the UK, in the last couple of years, since COVID really, everywhere seems to be run on a skeleton staff. That nowhere seems to have enough staff, and I do realise that this is a cost-cutting exercise, cost of living, all of that sort of thing. Everything's expensive, so companies are trying to skimp on, staffing to save money. I get that. But it's everywhere you go, whether it's a pub or a cafe or a shop or a post office, everywhere seems massively understaffed. My local post office, which I'm in most days, as you know, dropping off parcels, and I know all the girls in there really well, they've had 3 members of staff leave. It's a main town post office, and I remember the good old days when you used to have 10 desks constantly staffed, and times have changed since then. In post offices, people do more stuff online, so you probably need fewer staff, but they have now got, if they have 2 desks open at a time, that is surprising. It's usually just one person working. I went in the shop on Saturday, the queue was all the way back through. It's at the back of a convenience store in my town, and the queue was all the way back to the back of the shop with only one lady serving. And poor girl, she must have been so stressed. Most people were being nice about it. I know her quite well, and I spoke to her about it on Monday, and she said it's just horrendous. They've had 3 people leave since the beginning of the year. None of them have been replaced, although they have finally now put an advert out for 1 replacement, I believe. And last week, when they had a member of staff on holiday, the post office was literally closed 2 whole days and only open for like 3 random hours a day on the other days. Is that even legal? I don't know. But, you cannot blame the staff here, but so I suppose it's just a sign of the times, isn't it? And you go in supermarkets who are making a lot of money. The supermarkets out of everybody really profited from the pandemic, didn't they? Massively. You look at Tesco's quarterly profits, and they're just growing like more and more every quarter, and yet they are making us all scan our own shopping, self-scanners. I hate self-scanners, but I do use them because I don't want to stand in a massive queue for ages for the 2-man tills, so yeah, I know perhaps we should all make a stand and not use them, but it's not like Tesco can't afford to get more staff, is it? And we went in on Sunday and there was no trolleys because nobody had collected them from the car park, where, with the little mini trolley parks in the car park where you take your trolley back to. They were all there and there were no trolleys in the front of the store. Why haven't they got someone collecting the trolleys? I don't know. I just feel like everywhere is operating on skeleton staff these days, and it's just poor. It's stressful for the staff as well. It must be really stressful to be dealing with irritated customers. You constantly see posts on Facebook, spotted pages, but moaning about levels of service in places, and just generally. I mean, we could go down as far as there's no dentists, is there? But that's probably a whole nother rant for a whole nother week. You know, and so hard to get appointments at doctor's surgeries, understaffed. Is that just badly managed? Who knows? As I say, a whole other rant. But yes, that's my thoughts on service levels these days. Much as I love the summer, I equally hate the flies. God, the flies seem to be particularly bad the last couple of days since we've been home. So I am on Amazon bamboozling myself with fly killing options, because I'm not averse to fly spray, but it's not great, is it, particularly in the kitchen. So I'm looking at these bug zapper things, these fly zapping whatchamacallits. I think I'm going to try this one. It's £40, but it comes with spare bulbs and it's got really good reviews. So yes, let's see. It's got a design award apparently. Whoa, design award, and at lowest price in 30 days. So yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order that now. That will be here tomorrow, and hopefully it will sort out all of my fly issues, because they're driving me mental. It is just coming up to 5:45 and I have had a good day. I've got quite a lot done today. The only thing, I've just made a vegetable chilli, which is simmering away. So looking forward to eating that later on. The only thing I haven't done today is that I wanted to get done is swapping out my spring decor for some summer decor. And honestly, I don't think I've got it in me at this stage to do it. I've been going through all the jewellery today that I showed you in the in a video recently. I've been sort of sorting out into sets and bits and pieces. Several viewers have bought some stuff as well. I've been sorting that out and packaging that up. So yeah, I've been going through that, but it looks more messy than it actually is. But I need to update this one as well for summer. And that one, and I've got my little tree over in the other corner, so yeah, maybe I'll just have a little tidy up and get everything ready for doing it in the morning. I've taken my makeup off, washed my face, put my comfies on, and I'm sitting on the bed doing my knee massager. Now, you might remember a few weeks ago I did a post-unboxing section in my weekly vlog, and I unboxed this knee massager, which I was sent by Nobi, not sure how we'll pronounce that. We'll just gloss over that. And hang on, let me just turn it off a second while I'm talking to you, because it's very distracting, the noise. They asked me if I'd like to try this, and when I unboxed it, a couple of you said to me, or left comments saying, could I give you an update on it? So here I am updating. I've been trying it for a few weeks now, on and off. Obviously I didn't take it on holiday with me, but I've been using it fairly regularly, between 15 and 30 minutes a day. And I really wanted it when they offered it to me. The reason I wanted it was because I have arthritis in both knees, but in my left knee worse. It's very swollen all the time, and I wondered if it would help with that pain. Now I've just opened their website while I was talking to you, and it says for arthritis pain management, it says combat the stiffness and pain of arthritis with our knee massager. Its heating and massage techniques soothe sore joints, improve flexibility and reduce swelling, making daily activities more manageable and comfortable. It's pleasant enough to use, let me say. You strap it onto your neck. Unfortunately, these straps aren't the best. They're Velcro, and they don't strap down. They just, every time you try and push them down, they just flap open. This one's better than that one, but that's mildly annoying. But it does still, because it's sort of shaped round, it does stay on, but that needs improvement, I would say. And then you literally just press the start button and it starts up. You can adjust so you've got heating and vibration, and infrared and laser. I don't really know what the infrared and laser things are, but you can adjust the heating and vibration. You can change the vibration by doing that, and then change the heating. I tend to keep the heating on low, and then adjust the vibration. Sometimes I put it on auto, sometimes I put it on high, but it's pleasant enough to use. It feels like, I think part of the reason I like it is it makes me sit down and do a relaxing thing for 15 or 30 minutes while I watch a bit of YouTube, or, you know, read a book or something. With regard to, it certainly hasn't reduced the swelling in my knee at all. It possibly has helped with movement and less pain going up and down stairs, possibly. Very difficult to say. As I say, I've only been using it a month, and I didn't use it while I was away for 10 days on holiday, but I will give you another update, I think is the fairest thing I can say. It's quite pleasant to use. It feels nice. The actual vibration feels quite nice in your knee. The straps do annoy me a bit because they don't stay on. I feel like it should do, but anyway, if you're interested in trying one out, I will pop a link down in the description box, and they've also given me a generous discount code as well, so go and have a look. And if you do try one out, I'd be very interested to know how you get on with it, so let me know, and I'll update again in another couple of months and let you know if I think it's doing wonders for my arthritic knee or not. Good morning, it is Wednesday. I am off out. Why is my windscreen so filthy dirty? It must be pollen, I guess, that time of year, isn't it? I am off out, she spits, to get some things, to make something, which I will show you later. That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? I saw a Stacey Solomon ages ago, and I cannot find it now, do this really nice thing with a white bottle of Prosecco or champagne or something, and a piece of floral oasis, flower arranging oasis, they call it oasis, don't they, the weird spongy stuff, and some fake flowers, and it looks so pretty. And annoyingly I can't find the Instagram reel now that she shared it on, but I want to try and recreate that for my sister-in-law's, or part of my sister-in-law's birthday present, and her birthday's at the end of June, and we're seeing them this weekend, so I wanted to get it ready for then. So I'm off to try and find a white bottle of some sort of, it doesn't really matter what the drink is, but I want it to be a white bottle of probably something fizzy would be ideal, I'm kind of sure right away. Yeah, so got to get a bottle, so I'm going to try Aldi first, and then possibly Sainsbury's if there's not anything suitable in Aldi. I've definitely seen a white bottle. You know, if there's not white, I can manage with something else, but that was really the ideal. So I'm going to go to Aldi. I'm also going to go to the post office and drop off my parcels, which are in the back. Lots of your jewellery orders, thank you for that. And then I'm going to go over to the range to get some faux flowers, because I feel like that's the best place to get them. Right, Aldi is done, post office is done, now we just need to go to the range. And while we're in the car, I thought we would do this week's. Today I want to talk about service levels. When I say service levels, I don't necessarily mean the quality of service, because most people I deal with are very pleasant, but I don't know if it's the same everywhere else in the world, but in the UK, in the last couple of years, since COVID really, everywhere seems to be run on a skeleton staff. Nowhere seems to have enough staff, and I do realise that this is a cost-cutting exercise, cost of living, all of that sort of thing. Everything's expensive, so companies are trying to skimp on, you know, staffing to save money. I get that. But it's everywhere you go, whether it's a pub or a cafe or a shop or a post office, everywhere seems massively understaffed. My local post office, which I'm in most days, as you know, dropping off parcels, and I know all the girls in there really well, they've had 3 members of staff leave. It's a main town post office, And I mean, I remember the good old days when you used to have 10 desks constantly staffed, and times have changed since then. In post offices, people do more stuff online, so you probably need fewer staff. But they have now got, if they have 2 desks open at a time, that is surprising. It's usually just one person working. I went in the shop on Saturday, the queue was all the way back through. It's at the back of a convenience store in my town, and the queue was all the way back to the back of the shop with only one lady serving. And poor girl, she must have been so stressed. Most people were being nice about it. I know her quite well, and I spoke to her about it on Monday, and she said it's just horrendous. They've had 3 people leave since the beginning of the year. None of them have been replaced, although they have finally now put an advert out for 1 replacement, I believe. And last week, when they had a member of staff on holiday, the post office was literally closed 2 whole days and only open for like 3 random hours a day on the other days. Is that even legal? I don't know. But, you cannot blame the staff here, but so I suppose it's just a sign of the times, isn't it? And you go in supermarkets who are making a lot of money. The supermarkets out of everybody really profited from the pandemic, didn't they? Massively. You look at Tesco's quarterly profits, and they're just growing like more and more every quarter, and yet they are making us all scan our own shopping. Self-scanners. I hate self-scanners, but I do use them because I don't want to stand in a massive queue for ages for the 2-man tills, so yeah, I know perhaps we should all make a stand and not use them, but it's not like Tesco can't afford to get more staff, is it? And we went in on Sunday and there was no trolleys because nobody had collected them from the car park, where with the little mini trolley parks in the car park where you take your trolley back to. They were all there, and there were no trolleys in the front of the store. Why haven't they got someone collecting the trolleys? I don't know. I just feel like everywhere is operating on skeleton staff these days, and it's just poor. It's stressful for the staff as well. It must be really stressful to be dealing with irritated customers. You constantly see posts on Facebook, spotted pages, moaning about levels of service in places, and just generally. I mean, we could go down as far as there's no dentists, is there? But that's probably a whole nother rant for a whole nother week. And so hard to get appointments at doctor's surgeries, understaffed. Is that just badly managed? Who knows? As I say, a whole other rant. But yes, that's my thoughts on service levels these days. I'm so cross. I went to... Why are we so dark? Why is this camera so dark? Why are we... That's better. Why is it not good there then? I don't know. Let's go that way then. Anyway, I'm still so cross. This is probably my favourite summer dress, my favourite casual summer dress that I wear the most out of all my summer dresses. It's comfy, it's from New Look, it's got a short sleeve with a little frill and it's tiered, and I really like it. And I've just been to Aldi. One of the things I bought was a bottle of bleach. So I put it out, I went to the self-scan. See previous conversation about bloody self-scans. And as I picked it out of the trolley and put it onto the thing, I realised it was leaking. I have only just realised that it was apparently leaking all down my dress. Look, ruined, completely ruined. Very cross. I have good news. It's much later now, it's about 4 o'clock, but I have got good news. I have looked on New Look and they still do this dress, not in this colour sadly. I've got it in a more khaki colour. They've got 3 other colours as well, I think. I'll pop a link in the description box below in case anybody's interested. But they still do it. I ordered it. It's only 20 quid, and that's good because this is completely ruined. And I know there's going to be people who are going to say, oh, you should dye it, Caroline. You could dye it back to the colour it's meant to be. Me and dyeing don't really get on, but apart from that, the dress was 20 quid to reorder. To order dye, I did have a look at dye. It did momentarily cross my mind before I went, Caroline, don't be ridiculous. yeah, and the dye was going to be about £10. Then you've got to do the washing machine, and then every time you wash the dress in future, more dye pours out of it, and just no, dyeing is a step too far for me. I don't do dyeing, not the coloured kind anyway. I presume at some point I will do the other kind because it comes to us all, doesn't it? But hopefully not too soon. Anyway, dress is reordered. There's a blooming nasty fly there. My fly thing has arrived, my zappy fly thing, which I need to set up. But in the meantime, I have my bottle of Prosecco. I couldn't get a white bottle, so I got a pink bottle of Prosecco. Got flowers. I bought too many flowers, but that's okay because I'll definitely use them for something else at some point. All sorts of flowers. And I have Oasis, which has just arrived from Amazon. And the idea is that you cut a lump of Oasis off and you cut a hole in it and put it down over the top of the bottle, and then you stick flowers all in the Oasis, so it becomes like a bottle with flowers all coming out of the top. So it's sort of like a flower arrangement. It'll probably be disastrous. Me and craft, if Carla's watching this, she'll be laughing because me and craft don't go together very well, but I'm not going to film the process, but I will show you how it turns out. Oh my God, I'm so pleased with this. I can't tell you. That turned out so well. Do you know what I like about this sort of craft as well? You don't commit. You put something in once, if it doesn't look right, you can just pull it out and start all over again. It's perfect for somebody like me who doesn't know what they're doing. Honestly, I'm so pleased with that. So I just made a little hole in the Oasis and fitted it over the top of the wine bottle. And then there's a little bit bald at the back there. I've used it. It took a lot of flowers actually. But yeah, I'm super pleased with that. I think it looks fabulous. I really hope she likes it. I think she will. On a less attractive note, my fly killing device is on. It's quite large, isn't it? And quite unattractive, but then having loads of flies buzzing around you for kitchen's fairly unattractive as well, isn't it? So it is what it is. Let's see if it catches any now. Apparently it makes a cracking noise when it kills them, so we'll wait to hear. It's 20 to 6. Literally haven't stopped today, but I've done my summer display. Don't look at all the bloody mess all over there. Done my summer display for this table, which is nice. And then I've also changed this side table over. I've got my strawberry vase from Shein, which I love. And I've just filled it. Do you remember that disastrous plant? I kept the leaves off it, and I've put some of the leaves into it and some other greenery. That's not finished yet, but I do want to keep that just green, I think. So I've gone for sort of a yellow and green theme here. Got some summer candles down there. I do not know why we are so dark. I feel like this is, if I come around that way, is it going to go lighter? Need to fiddle with my camera settings. But and I've got this other glass bowl with fake lemon and limes in it. This is also from Shein actually. That was in my favourites last month. It's a set of 3. So I just decided to use that one. So yeah, I'm happy with that little arrangement. Now I've just got to tidy up all this mess. Ugh. Good morning, it's Thursday. Excuse my unmade bed. I haven't quite made it yet. It's 20 to 10. I've been on the treadmill. I have done some work. I've done my parcels and eBay admin and stuff. And I'm now just putting on some makeup, getting dressed. I'm going to make the bed. And I just thought I've been listening to some YouTube while I've been putting on my makeup. And I was listening to a video that Karen, the Geordie grandma, did, talking about mistakes she's made as a small YouTuber, and part of what she was saying was quite interesting. She was talking about making the right types of videos or the wrong types of videos in connection to wanting to make money from YouTube, I should say, rather than sort of doing it on a hobby basis. And it got me to thinking about types of videos I like to make and I like to watch and all that sort of thing. And I thought it would be something quite interesting to have as a discussion with you. Because for me, I've watched YouTube for a long, long time, you know, a decade or something like that, maybe more. And I like my favourite types of channels, the ones that I stick with for years and years, tend to be ones where there is an interesting mix of content. I do not particularly enjoy channels where there is just one type of video. So for example, if somebody only does trying on clothes, I don't particularly enjoy that. If someone only does cooking, if someone only does makeup, I prefer a more rounded sort of mixture of vlogs and I don't know, just a little bit of everything, a little bit of shopping, some hauls, some makeup, some chit chat. The type of channel that is my favourite is one that does sort of what I do, and that's why I do what I do, because I try and make the content that as a viewer I would want to watch. And Karen was sort of saying that really perceived wisdom, if you are starting out doing YouTube as a job or want to make money from it, you should niche right down into something and stick to that. And I thought that for me it's slightly different, because I started YouTube as a hobby and it became a job, you know, it morphed into as sort of social media influencing and content creation. It became more of a viable way to make money, and as my channel grew, it sort of morphed into that. So it certainly was never started with the thought I'm going to make a living from doing this. It was sort of a way of connecting with people. But yeah, I'd be really interested to know from your perspective what sort of channels you watch, and do you prefer ones that have very samey content, i.e. all clothing hauls, or mostly clothing hauls, or all beauty, or all cooking, or whatever, or do you prefer something like this that has a mix of everything? Because I'm very much on the mix of everything side, but for a lot of people I guess you come to YouTube to, and I've got the wrong brush there, I need a different brush for that. Actually, do I need anything darker? I think maybe not, maybe just a teeny tiny bit there. Yeah, do you come to YouTube for, some people do come to YouTube because they specifically want to find, I don't know, for example, clothes for plus size women over 50, and so that's what they're looking to watch. So they're gonna perhaps watch, I guess it depends on why you're watching, what your motivation is to a certain extent as well. I don't know, but just thoughts that were going through my mind this morning. Outfit of the day. Today I have on this light, sort of pale washed out lime green short sleeve top. It's like a sweatshirty type of top, but cotton with a scoop neck. This is from Marks & Spencer. I really like the length of this. It's not too long, but quite a nice loose fit. And I've got my Shein trousers with the cut out hems, the sort of, I don't know, laser cut, do you call that? With the floral cutout details. I really like these trousers actually. I've been enjoying these. I know you've only just seen them in a video last week, but I filmed that almost a month ago, so I've had them a while now. Took them on holiday with me. Yeah, so that's today's outfit. Also quite pleased with how my makeup's gone today, which is always the way on a day when you're not leaving the house, isn't it? Which is annoying. I wanted to do a quick product update from my Harrods beauty haul. This Giorgio Armani bronzer, gorgeous. I just love it. It's so good. Possibly one of my favourite ever bronzers I've used. Please excuse my dodgy makeup, my dodgy eye makeup at least. I've got such a, this eye is just running and running and running today. I just looked at myself in the mirror and I have almost no makeup left on this eye. Now this is, sorry, I'm looking down at my phone because I'm just looking for the thing I want to talk to you about so I get the right name. God, this is badly organised, isn't it, Caroline? While I was away on holiday, I read a book that was really, it just really resonated with me. It's called A Half-Baked Idea and the author is Olivia Potts. It's a true story, it's autobiographical, she's telling her own story, and it is sounds weird, but stick with me. It's part grief diary about the unexpected death of her mother, and it's part a sort of cookery baking memoir. I know that sounds odd, but honestly it was so good. Olivia's mother dies very unexpectedly when she's, or quite unexpectedly, when she's 25 years old, so there is quite a difference between myself and my situation, and Olivia. You know, her mother was a lot younger. In fact, her mother was about my age, I think, when she died. So me and my father, it's different. But there are many things that are similar about grieving a parent, whatever age you lose them at and whatever the age they are when you die. And I found lots of really interesting stuff. It's an easy to read book, and she was a barrister, and then after her mother dies, she has a career change and sort of re-evaluates her life, if you like. And it's not all doom and gloom at all. It's very what's the word? There's a word I'm looking for and it's not coming to me, but it's easy to read and not all doom and gloom, although there is obviously some doom and gloom in it. But there were just a lot of things that I found that I could really, that were similar in the thoughts that I am having and have had, and I found it a useful thing to read. So I'll pop a link down in the description box. But yeah, a useful read if you have lost a parent or are going through a grief process, I think. I got quite a lot from it, so yeah, it was good. We often complain about the repetitiveness of our days, day in, day out the same. But do we ever stop to think how much peace there is in consistency? How lucky we are to have no big disasters or nasty surprises. How there is so much value in enjoying home life. To get up and do the same tasks every day is actually a blessing. Laying your head on your pillow at night and thinking of what to cook for dinner the next day is a level of restfulness some people will never experience in their whole lifetime. This world can be cruel and unnecessary. So if you have the peace of a boring day, you really have won the lottery of life. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again next week.